When it came to Michael Jordan, nobody was safe. Rookie, veteran, all-star, even Hall of Famer, it didn't matter. If you step on the court with him, you were stepping into his world. Jordan had a way of taking the smallest slight and turning it into fire. A rookie with too much confidence, he will torch him just to show how far he had to go. An all-star trying to test him, Jordan will put on a performance that left no doubt who wore the crown. And even the Hall of Famers, guys with their own legacies, found themselves humbled the moment they went toe-to-toe with number 23. He didn't just beat you, he dissected you. Every possession was a lesson. One look, one smirk, and suddenly the game wasn't about basketball anymore. It was about survival. Talking trash to him wasn't a strategy, it was suicide. Because the second you gave him fuel, he burned your whole night down. That's why the stories never die. 10 players, 10 different moments, but every single one ended the same way, with Michael Jordan reminding them and the world who the best really was. These are 10 NBA players who learned the hard way what it truly meant to face Michael Jordan. Let's kick it off with Sam Cassell. Back in his early days with the Nets, he had to learn the hard way just how ruthless Michael Jordan could be in the playoffs. Jordan didn't just beat him, he dropped damn near 40 and left a memory Sam never forgot.
Playing for the Nets, we played him in the first round in the playoffs. This was Keith Brown Horn rookie year. And the first game, I swore we was gonna beat them. They won by like 4 or 5 points. And we had them. I said, we gonna beat the Bulls. Oh God, we gonna beat the Bulls. Man, second game he had like 24 points. Second game he had like 25. Game 3 in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Now you come on the start line out, you for the jump ball, you dap everybody out. That motherfucker looking at me and saying, "Ho, where you going on vacation at?" I was like, "What the fuck you mean where I'm going? This game going to game 4." Man, that man had like 23 in the first quarter. Calipari was the coach with me in New Jersey. Second quarter, Cal said, "Hey, Sam, we down like 19. Cal said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna let some of the other guys play and get some playoff."
The Orlando Magic had energy, they had swagger, and they weren't afraid to talk, but Jordan thrived on that. Darryl Armstrong and Nick Anderson found out that if you poked the bear, MJ was going to make you regret it.
Game, second round, we play Michael Jordan there.
Yeah.
That's when Nick Anderson
stole the ball.
Yeah. To this day, until I saw what was the Last Dance, I did not know Nick Anderson said
he wasn't the same.
45 is not 23. Oh Lord, I would have said, man, y'all, you don't shut the fuck up. What is you doing? You don't get this man no feel. What is you doing? So when I saw that, I was like, oh my God.
No, and I wasn't saying it in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying, 23, you can't compare 45 to 23. 23 will always be the man.
Yep.
But Lord behold,
he comes back out the next night.
It was portrayed in a different light.
I say, so game 2.
All that time you never knew that?
Never knew it. Never knew it. Because I was newcomer still.
Yeah.
So game 2, never forget. I say, I was always a Michael Jordan fan. Game 2, he comes out, keeps his top on, got his pants off, shorts on, and then they do the announcement.
Took that shit out, had that 23 on.
On is 45, back from the rafters is 23.
Quickly, but maybe Michael's going to try to launch himself tonight, wearing number 23.
What was the chatter at the end of the bench? Oh, shit.
I don't know. I just know I was excited. I don't know what they were saying.
I'm ready to watch this shit.
Because I was sitting there like, I ain't got to guard him. Like, y'all got to guard him. Good luck. So they end up beating us.
Yeah.
So the rest of the time, this was the crazy part. Every time he wore that number, they got fined $200,000.
Yeah.
But we ended up winning 4-2 on that court. That was the first time Horace Grant left Chicago. Jordan's trainer like, when you want to start? He said, tomorrow, lifting weights. And he said, all he kept thinking was Orlando. Man, they played us there was Shaq last time in Orlando. They played us, they swept us. But I never forget this, and you can go back and look at the stat sheet. And they was fucking with Horace Grant. Horace couldn't do nothing, put his head down and just laugh. It was on the free throw line right in front of us. Jordan, Scotty was talking shit. Boy, Jordan had 2 free throws at the end of the game. He hit the first one and missed the second one on purpose. And we was like, what the fuck you doing, you know? Somebody said, look at the scoreboard. He left 45 on the scoreboard. You know Jordan petty, you know, motherfucker.
Did not matter. The Bulls have swept the Magic. Jordan finishes with 45 points. The Bulls do it 106 to 101 as the Orlando Magic have been swept from the playoffs.
Horace Grant shares a story about the danger of shining too bright against Michael Jordan. One young player had his moment, but with MJ, that only meant payback was coming. And what followed turned into one of the most unforgettable lessons of his career.
With MJ, nothing was off limits.
Your mom, your wife, your kids,
your brother, your dog, you name it. Nothing was off limit. And that's that competitive nature that he had. You know, a kid named Bradford Smith used to play with the Bullets, Wizard. He had 38 points on MJ. And we had to play him the next night. MJ didn't talk to anybody, walking off the court. And everybody was saying, oh, this is the next MJ. And he had scored those many points on MJ. The next game we played them in their in their arena, MJ had 40 at halftime. 40. And you never heard of LeBradford Smith again.
Never. And I'm from D.C. I don't remember LeBradford Smith.
Next up, we move to Jordan's time with the Wizards. Even past his prime, he still demanded respect. Young guys like Rip Hamilton and Larry Prophet thought they could go at him, and Prophet even started to talk trash. But Jordan wasn't having it. He had to school them both.
The GOAT, man, that's GOAT status, man. As a 2 guard coming up and Mike, you know, being your idol growing up, and now you got an opportunity to lock it up with him and learn and get as much information off of him as possible. Because even my second year, he used to come down and practice with us all the time, right? But he didn't, you know, every now and then he'd come in and, you know, work out with us. Kind of similar to what he did with y'all when you was on the Bobcat, Shaq.
Yeah,
you know, he'd
right.
come down and work out with us. And me and Prof used to play with him all the time, and we used to talk trash to MJ all the time. But it was only certain things that I would say. And, you know, Prof would sometimes, you know, say a little bit of extra stuff that I wouldn't go there. And I remember one time we were playing in practice, right? And Prof, you know, might have hit a shot on MJ, and he was like running down court, yeah, you can't guard me with them old ass knees. And I'm like, oh.
Ask you specifically because you played with Michael Jordan and you played with Kobe Bryant. And you got to put them with Larry Bird of the top 3, what we hear, the most competitive guys.
Hate to lose.
So those guys hated to lose no matter what?
They hated losing more than they liked winning.
Okay, and you felt it like palpably?
No, I heard it, felt it, saw it. It wasn't acceptable in any form, in anything though.
In anything?
In anything.
Oh, stop, time out. I was like, oh, nah. You don't say that to the GOAT. MJ was heated. I mean, he was heated to the point that when I went to my exit meeting, because you know he was the president at the time. I went into my exit meeting. He was like, "Oh, okay, Rip, you know, your man, your buddy, you know what I'm saying?" Because he ended up trading Prof that summer. He was like, "Oh, your man." He was like, "Oh yeah, he ain't going. He out of here." He said, "But you gonna be there by you gonna be there by yourself." You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna have your buddy to co-sign, and you know, you gonna be on the island by yourself. I like, look,
he was still mad. He was still mad.
I was like, I don't want no problems, bro. I don't want no problems at all. I'm your teammate, man.
Up next is one of the best stories about Jordan's competitive fire. During an exhibition game, he made a bet with Eddie Johnson and Tom Chambers that he would drop 40 on Dan Marley. Most players might laugh it off, but not MJ. He went right at Marley all night.
He does take everything personal. And everything that he does, cards, whatever. I was in a room with him for, 5 hours one time, day of a game. He wouldn't let us leave. Me, Tom Chambers, Ty Corbin. It was an exhibition game, and he would not let us leave. And we were stiff. I called Cotton, said, "Cotton, I can't go." He said, "That's okay, I was gonna hold you out." Tom called him up. "Cotton, I'm sore, I can't go." "That's okay, I wasn't gonna play you." And Ty Corbin wouldn't dare do it, right? I'm not doing it. So Jordan stands up in the room and he says, "You tell that boy Dan Marley, I got something for him tonight." And now I stood up, I couldn't hardly walk. I mean, literally, we had played the night before, traveled that day. I was stiff as a board. He would not, if Scottie Pippen in the room, Horace Grant, I mean, we just playing this game called Tonk, okay? And we just going at it. And he looked at Tom and I, he said, I'm gonna give your boy 40.
In an exhibition game?
Yeah, we like, who? Dan. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Bet 100, bet 200. I took the bet. Tom took the bet.
Oh no.
So he starts the game and he just going nuts. I'm over there still stiff. I got heat packs under my clothes, man. I'm like stiff. This man's out there going crazy. And Tom and I sitting there looking at him like, this dude is just insane. So he had about 34. And he walks over to the bench and he catches the ball. He looks at Tom and I like, get that money ready. He catches the ball, and Dan's guarding him. He reverse pivots on him, so Dan's got to backed up, and he went right, and he just tried to tear the rim down. Tongue wag, he went down like this, right, and holding up 400. Nobody knew what the 4 was, right? And so we're looking, so timeout, Cotton called a timeout. And Michael came over after the timeout. He said, Cotton, your boys, they were playing cards with me all day. Told on us. So that's why.
Snitched?
Oh yes. So that's why. Yeah. So that's why y'all not playing. That's why they not playing. And they bet me too. I told him I was gonna give your boy Dan Marley 40, and he had 30. He had 30, 36, 38, and we sitting over there. And Cotton turns to Dan, who's a rookie, right? Because Dan supposedly locked Jordan up, in the Olympics, right? And Cotton looks at Dan. I said, Dan, what did you do to Michael? Just messing with him. And Dan was like, I didn't do anything to him. We fell out laughing.
Like I said, the guy was unbelievable. And he carried their team. He was that good. I'm telling you, he was the best. Whatever he did, he was the best. If he wanted to guard you and not let you score or touch the ball, you weren't touching the ball.
Antonio Harvey tells a story that shows exactly why you never talk trash to Michael Jordan. Jordan started the game cold, missing shots, until Antonio Harvey teammate Derek Martin decided to mouth off from the bench. From there, MJ lit up the scoreboard.
Yeah, we're up by 8 points. And one of our teammates, Derek Martin, had been in LA with Mike when he was filming Space Jams. It was the summer after he filmed Space Jams.
Okay.
We're up 8. Mike is 4 for 16 from the field. He's having a really rough night.
Right.
So Derek decides, because there's about 10 minutes to go in the game and we're winning, he decides to say to Michael Jordan, who's having an off night, hey, Mike, shit's not falling tonight, Mike. You're having an off night, Mike. Really? 24 points in the last 10 minutes. His last jump shot, this is no lie, catches the ball in the post. He does the typical Jordan fadeaway. He's fading towards our bench. He knocks down the shot. They go up by 6. He turns to the bench and says, shut up, you little bitch. True story.
The Timberwolves had youth, they had attitude, and they had no idea who they were dealing with. J.R. Ryder and a young Kevin Garnett tried to get under Jordan's skin, and it backfired. He punished them with every possession.
JR is having a good game.
I actually made the mistake and said something because J.R. Ryder was having a great game against Mike Jordan.
Ryder goes baseline, spin move inside.
So what happened was, we're in Chicago, and I had played against Mike 3 times head up. So KG had never seen me play against Mike.
Yeah.
So we're in the game, and I got about 24 going into the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Mike got about 18, 19.
Okay.
Gets it out to Terry Porter, down low Isaiah Ryder. 2 seconds on the shot clock. 1, and he dunked on everybody. Boy.
He asked JR what I said, and then JR said, he repeated. He said, and then he kind of looked at me and kind of put the hands on the hip like,
what'd you say?
I said, nigga, keep kicking his ass. You busting this motherfucking ass. And dapped him. True. When we dapped, and I had to go, I went back over.
MJ had you repeat it.
He said, what'd he say? And then he said, he was right there. Like,
that's the PG version.
Right.
I mean, the rated R version is, I mean, I used to have good games against Mike.
Right.
I was quiet though.
Fact.
Right, because you don't want to wake Mike up.
I always stay quiet when I play Mike. I didn't talk too much. I mean, if he talked to me, I was going to talk back, but he never talked crazy to me. We just played. But I never talked crazy to him at all, right?
Yeah, you knew better.
So as we come out the timeout, just I'm on, y'all. I can't even explain it.
KG like, man, keep going at his ass.
Keep killing that nigga, yo. Killing that nigga. Boning him, yo. Straight up. You having a good game, Joe. Keep going. I was on 15, dog.
And
I was on 15.
It's quiet. He said, man, you keep going at Mike. Man, keep going at that motherfucker. And Mike right there. And we've been hyped all game, you know. I went baseline, dunked on Mike and I think Robin or something.
Right.
Pop, you know what I mean? With
Two hand, right.
He came through the middle, dunked on Luke Longley, nasty, and moved it this way.
Flash.
And I wasn't talking shit to him. I was just gassing JR. And then Mike was like, you know, sitting there like, he right there, but I ain't getting no foul. Like, man, you killing this nigga, keep on that nigga. I mean, shit, man, you killing man. Yeah. JR was like, all right, cool, yeah, all right, yeah, you got it, yeah. Good looking. You too, you keep going, because we was having some good games.
Keep going at him. I'm like, man, chill. He's like, what? I was like, he's standing right here, buddy. And and KG was like, I don't care.
So as I say that, I feel it. Hands on hips, legs locked. Then look, the nigga stared at me for about 15 seconds.
My spidey instincts told me, you know, to go a little closer to Mike and holler at him, right? I say,
cool him down a little bit.
So this way he got to understand.
I say,
hey,
Mike, man, he young boy, man. He don't,
he don't mean no harm.
He don't really know what time it is. You know what I mean?
He don't really know what time it is.
He don't know the name of the game. You know what I mean? And Mike said, Mike ain't really paying attention. He hear me, but he like in killer mode, so it's not registering.
I
said,
too
Mike,
late.
man,
It's too late.
Fourth quarter, man, that man got about 17 quick.
Mike was like, all right. Man, that man had 40 in 3 quarters, man.
Open from 3, he'll take it there and hit. Fades, fires and hit. MJ fades again and hits.
Mad, looking at KG, looking at me, looking at KG.
We get 2, not 1, 2 10-second calls. You know, when you bring the ball up, you
can't
got to
get across half
2
court.
10-second calls. We down 25 now. It was just at 2. Mike had 18. He had like 40.
His foot is like his foot will touch you. You know what I mean? He be leaning, right? And I'm on him. I hit hands and one. I said, damn, right? That was about his 9th or 10th point straight. We out of breath.
We out of breath. Like you can hear us. Like you can hear us.
I'm like, man, this motherfucking KG talking shit to motherfucking Mike.
Right.
Nobody talk to fucking Mike, man. I gotta guard this motherfucker, man. You know what I mean?
Right. That's when he went crazy.
Yo, man. My fault, Jay. My fault, man. You know what I mean?
David Robinson, the Admiral, respected across the league, a true legend. But when he stepped in front of Michael Jordan, even Robinson found out rank doesn't matter. Jordan humbled him with pure competitive fire.
Michael used to, talk trash to you, and that was his way. And, first time I met Michael, I was so excited. I was like, Mr. Jordan, it's a pleasure to meet you. And he came up and he said, I'm going to dunk on you, big fella. He said, I dunked on all the other big fellas and you next. I thought, man, you don't know me. How you talking trash to me? You don't know me. If you even try to come to the rim, I'm gonna knock you down. All that, all the hairs on my neck stood up then. But that's how he wanted to play that mental game. He wanted to get in your head.
This next one comes from Dominique Wilkins, sharing a story about his brother Gerald. The Cavs brought Gerald in as the so-called Jordan stopper during the 1993 playoffs, but this was quickly debunked.
We brought up your brother the other day when he was labeled the Jordan stopper, and I felt bad for your brother because you knew that was going to make Michael mad when you're the Jordan stopper, huh?
You know what? I called my brother when he said that. And I said, what are you doing? I said, you don't want to awaken a sleeping giant? Are you crazy? And he said, hey, he put on his pants like I do. I said, Gerald, if you're a good defensive player, you don't have to talk about it, man. You don't want to get him riled up. Man, I think he averaged like 40 in that series.
Yeah, whenever there was this guy's the next Jordan or this guy is the Jordan stopper, I went, this isn't going to go well. It's just, it's not.
And I used to love when guys talk trash, and say things, because I would be so jacked up and ready to play against that guy. He was going to have a long night.
Charles Barkley was the league MVP, one of Jordan's closest friends at the time, and a Hall of Famer in his own right. But when the finals came, friendship didn't matter. Jordan had no mercy. He outshined Barkley on the biggest stage, humbling him and proving once again who the best player in the world truly was.
Come out, I'm fucking so aggressive. But Michael know I'm fucking aggressive. He's like, I can see he's talking to Horace and Scotty. He's like, y'all gotta slow that motherfucker down. Because Horace, to me, was one of the more underrated players. Him and Scotty, man, when they doubled me, I couldn't see shit.
Long.
They were so long and athletic, I couldn't see shit. But I finished with like 48, 49, somewhere in there, 26, something like that. But Michael fucking had like 55.
Ooh.
That motherfucker would not let me win that game. And I
40
remember
and 20 though.
Yeah, I remember going home. When I got home, my daughter was upset. And I had told her before, I said, ain't nobody in the world better at basketball than your dad, and we gonna win this fucking series. When I got home, she was crying, and I was like, she's, Dad, I thought you told me y'all were gonna win. I said, Christiana, I ain't never said this before. I think there's somebody better at basketball than me.
From rookies to Hall of Famers, from practice gyms to the NBA Finals, Michael Jordan humbled them all. Every challenge, every word of trash talk, every so-called Jordan stopper only fueled his fire. And in the end, every story finishes the same way, with Jordan proving he was the best player on the planet. That's why these stories never fade, because greatness like his leaves a mark that lasts forever. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and tell me, what was your favorite story? So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and until next time.